Everyone loves all you can eat, but that doesn't mean you need to eat it all. And it's worth keeping this tip in mind before you go back to the buffet. There's no doubt that one of the most enjoyable and difficult parts of an all-you-can-eat buffet is figuring out what to put on your plate. When you first roll in, it's easy to be distracted by the stacks of fried chicken, egg rolls, onion rings, and other deep-fried foods. Here's the thing, though. This is not where you want to concentrate your efforts. Fried foods are hardly the best value in terms of cost, flavor, or nutrition. Of course, fried food is absolutely delicious. It's certainly not something that most of us would want to avoid at all costs.
What are those, shrimp?
Okay.
Rethink that move, son.
However, deep-fried food is one of the easiest tricks a buffet restaurant uses to lure you into eating low-quality, cheap food, leaving you full and less than satisfied. After you chow down on a couple of greasy, heavily battered fish fillets and some popcorn shrimp, how many more plates can you really go back for? Additionally, the fried foods available at buffets may just not be all that good, because the buffet model itself doesn't support the precise preparation, cooking, and timing needed to make this kind of food delicious. Even beyond the buffet, fried foods are often considered to be low in quality, as it's difficult to distinguish nuanced flavors between the layers of oil and crunchy batter. And have you ever ordered fried food from a takeout joint only to have it arrive soggy and lukewarm? That's what can happen to fried food just in the time between being cooked and delivered to your door. Now imagine what happens to the fried chicken thighs that spend hours under a glass dome and heating lamp. It's just not possible for fried food to stay crispy, flavorful, and hot in buffet conditions, and these dishes will quickly lose their optimal texture and temperature, so even lovers of fried foods are going to come out disappointed. Beyond the deterioration of a food's flavor and texture, a number of other timing issues come with buffets. Many places don't properly cook food in the deep fryer, leaving it undercooked even before it's allowed to sit out in trays for hours on end. This, of course, leaves the food susceptible to bacterial growth. Because buffets are working in bulk, the chefs likely aren't using a food thermometer on each piece of meat, which can increase the chances of poorly cooked food. And improper cooking is an issue that extends beyond chicken. Even if fried items are cooked properly, they are often left to stew without being changed out frequently enough, which might provide another source of pathogens. According to the USDA, rapid bacterial growth can occur in foods within 2 hours of cooking. Another key reason to avoid fried foods at the buffet is simple. The ingredients used aren't likely to be all that great. The majority of all-you-can-eat buffets are only able to turn a profit because they use the cheapest ingredients possible. That means each chicken wing, potato wedge, and onion ring is made with low-quality ingredients, right down to the oil they're fried in. If you do find yourself seriously craving fried food from the buffet, despite, everything, there are tips to follow. First, spring for a decent buffet. All-you-can-eat specials for a bargain basement price are unbelievably tempting, but always be sure to ask yourself how it can possibly turn a profit with such low prices. Basically, it's almost certainly down to the quality of the ingredients in the food. So if you're ready to spring for a day at the buffet, try to choose a moderate to high-end option. Some high-end places will even fry food to order, which eliminates a lot of the cons of buffet fried food. You can also be sure to get fresh fried food if you're willing to be patient. Don't run up to the fried food offerings and stack your plate straight away. Take a few minutes to observe. If a tray is nearly empty, it's likely to be replenished fairly soon. Wait until you see a fresh batch of your desired food come out, then enjoy.